Omkara, Upasana, the whole existence is one. Suppose you know it, I know it. Shall I hurt you? Not I, shall I hurt you or you can hurt me? Neither you can nor I can. But both should know it. It will come later on, we'll see. Hanta chet manyate hatam. One who thinks he is killed, other who thinks he is killing, both are stupid. That's an amazing verse we'll see later on, friends. Which thought becomes good? In your body, which part is auspicious, which part is inauspicious? Think. Which part is auspicious? In this part of the body, where you should touch me to touch me, and where if you touch, you don't touch me. Suppose you touch me in my knee, you have not touched me. But you touch in my cheek, you have touched me. Is it so? Whether you touch in my knee, my soul, anywhere, you touch me. Nothing other than me. Macro. When you expand yourself, that is where comes a-uma. You start thinking, Om. When you start a-uma, the whole thing goes into that vastness. When you say waking, your body is into it. Dream, your mind is into it. Sleep, everything into it. Ignorance into it. Consciousness before and after. Now, what you do? Start with vak. Long before you go into the mind, now you want to be with yourself, use this method. Om etad alambanam sreshtham. This is the alambana, like a beautiful symbol. Like a alambana means a help, a support. The word is a beautiful support. Why? Because it will remind you of yourself. Think, friends. Think. A word, what is the job of a word? What is the job of a word? It reminds you. Without a word, can you remember? That is why when somebody might be abusing you. Think, somebody may be abusing you with the language which you don't know. How will you look at him? Smiling. The fellow is talking nonsense. But you are smiling. Why? Because you don't understand anything. But in the language you understand one word, it will create war. If you don't understand the language, you are smiling. Let them say what they want to say. You don't know. So what is the job of the word? To remind you. So now you have to remind yourself about your nature. With Om, simultaneously everything is remembered. First you do is like this. Start with chanting Om. Loud. Om. If you are interested in being with yourself, if you are not interested in being with yourself, don't talk about it. That is why simply reading it for curiosity or for information, it means nothing. You must know how to use it. Because I am interested in being with myself. True, I must be with myself. Then you start chanting. Why? My purpose is to be with myself. Or else you will be thinking, I don't know why have I to sit down here and chant Om, Om, Om. What a waste of life. True. It's a waste. You don't know the purpose. When suppose somebody tells you, if you run, your cholesterol will be down, your blood pressure will be down. When somebody says that, how do you feel? Okay, 2 steps more. Why? It will keep me healthy, So you run 2 steps more. Suppose nobody tells you anything, run. For what? You run. I'm not going to run. Because you don't know the reason. Are you getting that? So simply when you said, everybody must do the upasana, everybody must do the puja, worship, for what? To be myself, what I am doing, I don't need all these things. I am a professional, I am doing something, why should I worship? For what? God is not going to write my exams, He is not going to work for me in the office. Why should I think of it? You keep it with yourself, naturally. That is why the purpose must be understood, upasana. A simple word, Om, on which you are seeing the macrocosmic universe. And a simple word, Nikrushta Vastuni, Utkrishta Vastu Aropa. On a single word, a letter, an alphabet. On that, you are seeing the entire macrocosmic universe, gross universe, subtle universe, causal universe, consciousness, all pervasive. Suppose it so happens when you're sitting down, your thoughts are bothering you. So you start concentrating on a sound outside. Oh, when you do that, listen carefully, when you do that, it does two things. It prevents you from listening to other sounds. Are you getting that? When you are producing a sound, that is why when you talk, you don't listen to anybody. Understand? When the person suppose goes on talking, he will not listen to anybody. He can't listen to anybody because he is too full of himself. You are talking. You can't listen to anybody. Think. But when you are chanting, just think, Om, you start chanting. When you are chanting, Om, first thing it does is, it keeps away the other sounds. Now you are listening to only this sound. Okay. What is the job of the sound? To remind you of something. Okay, the job of the sound is to remind you of something. So when you say Om, you are chanting Om. So if you go on concentrating on that sound, other sounds are kept off. Listen, other sounds are completely kept off. Now you are only chanting this Om. Now, the purpose of your contemplation, meditation is not to stick to a sound outside. But that should help you to go to yourself. So when you are chanting that sound, not only other sounds are kept off, but also it reminds you of yourself. That time, you take it to your mind level. From the very loud repetition, Om, Om, you say Om, Om. Then complete. When you, by the time you switch off your sound, you have almost switched off the whole world. Now you go into your mind. Let your mind chant. Consciously your mind chant. If you do that mind, if your mind does the chanting, same thing happens. Just like when your mouth you are repeating, other sounds are kept off, your attention is on this sound. When your mind repeats it, other thoughts are kept off. If a thought about comes about car, it reminds you object outside. If it talks about man, it comes up, object is outside. Woman, object is outside. Diamond, object is outside. Horses, object is outside. Om, you have already associated with yourself. So as you chant, you see the meaning also. The silence before, after, in between. Consciousness before, after, in between. Then from loud repetition to slow repetition. Uccha japa, manda japa. Uccha japa means loud repetition. Manda japa, silent repetition. Then switch off. Then thoughts. Thoughts, you are with it. Then that also goes. You are one with the many. When you with the formless absolute.